Dear students, I welcome to all of you to this session. In this session, we will study about antihistamines. Antihistamines. In this session, we will study about their classification and pharmacological actions of histamines. So, let us start with antihistamines. Antihistamines are the drugs which antagonize the action of histamine that is liberated in our body. The conventional antihistamines are those drugs which antagonize the effect of responses which are performed by H1 receptors. So, conventional antihistamines are those which antagonize the H1 receptor actions. Now, classification. Classification of antihistamines. In general, antihistamines have been classified into two major groups. The first group is called as first generation. First generation antihistamines. And the other is called as second generation antihistamines. Second generation. Second generation antihistamines. The first group, first generation antihistamines, these are further grouped into three major groups. That is, first, low sedatives. Low sedatives. And the number two, moderate sedatives. Moderate sedatives. And the third, highly sedatives. Highly sedatives. Under the low sedative groups, the drugs which show low sediations are cyclizine. 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 Number two, mepramine. Mepramine. Under low sedative category, we have the drugs like cyclizine and mepramine. Under moderately sedative drugs, we have buclizine. Buclizine. Under highly sedative drugs, we have hydroxyzine. Hydroxyzine. So, under first generation drugs, we have categorized the drugs into three more categories, that is low sedative drugs, moderate sedative drugs and highly sedative drugs. Low sedative drugs include cyclizine and mepramine, while as moderate sedative drugs include buclizine and highly sedative drugs include hydroxyzine. These are those drugs which cause low level of sedation, while as moderate sedatives are those drugs which cause moderate level of sedation, and highly sedatives are those which cause higher degree of sedation. Now coming to the second generation drugs. It includes number first, loratadine. Loratadine. Number second, centrizine. Centrizine. And number third, terfenadine. Terfenadine. This was the classification of the drugs. Now coming to the mechanism of action of drugs. Mechanism of action of histamines. So antihistamines work by competitively blocking of receptors for histamine. Antihistamines perform their action by competitively blocking the receptors for histamine. That means the antihistamines do not neutralize the action of histamine, nor they prevent the release of histamine, but they competitively block the receptors for histamine. And this was the mechanism of antihistamines. Now coming to the pharmacological actions of histamine. Pharmacological action of pharmacological actions of antihistamines. Pharmacological actions of antihistamines. Number first, its general effects. General effects are they block all the actions of histamine on antihistamines perform their general action like they block all the actions of histamine on skin, mucous membrane, and smooth muscles. It means the actions which are performed by histamine on skin, mucous membrane and smooth muscles, these all functions get antagonized, blocked by the antihistamines. Number two, sedation. All antihistamines cause sedation. So, the skilled work like driving, etc., should not be performed when a patient has been taken antihistamines. Number third, suppression of motion sickness. Motion sickness is the nausea caused by the trowel. So antihistamines are used to suppress. Antihistamines cause suppression of the nausea which is caused due to the trowel. The antihistamines like promethazine, diphenhydramine, diphenhydramine. These are the two drugs which are used for the suppression of the motion sickness, which is the nausea caused due to the travel. Next pharmacological action is dryness. Number 4th is the dryness of secretion. It means that antihistamines produce dryness of the mouth. Dryness of mouth. Hence are used for common cold cures. In common cold, a patient suffers from running nose. So, antihistamines are used for the dryness of these secretions, especially of the mouth. So, these were the pharmacological actions of antihistamines. For further details, we will meet in next session. Thank you.